Why is that not picking up? Microphone up. Anyway, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live video. Today we are going to be watching, listening, what is Tourette's, whatever you want to call it. I can't pronounce it. Like, the thing is, I never could actually say it right. Tourette's, whatever. Trying to turn the camera on. There we go. Alright, can you actually stay up this time, please? Thank you, while I get my tablet. And just need to type everything in. And I'm doing it this way so you lot can't see what I'm doing. Alright, there we go. Right, it is turned right down, right? Easies. Okay, there we go. We are officially live. So, what has been happening since quite a few days? Well, nothing really. Just same old, same old. Nothing has changed. Everything's exactly the same. The world has gone crap even more. And yeah, it's same old crap every single day. But I did went on Twitch, not yesterday, day before. I was on Twitch roughly around 12 o'clock that evening till roughly around after 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Yeah, I was on Twitch, just watching some people on live and just just helping them out and everything out. And yeah, I don't even know what else to say really. But mainly when I was on Twitch, I was helping people out to get more viewers, more people actually come and watch their live stream, teaching them how to do it properly, the right way. And they said, oh, how do you know all this? Well, unfortunately, even though I know everything or most of the stuff about going live, yeah, people don't like watching my live because probably how I speak. And yeah, I really do believe it's because how I speak and that, how I say certain things, people don't really like it. So anyway, no further ado, let's actually listen to 1, 2, 3. This one is 15 minutes and 26 seconds. This is if you want to learn a little bit about it. And I do believe I'll put in the description down below where I got this information from. But sometimes I got information from my experience, from everything and all that lot. So no further ado, let's get straight into it. And yeah. Oh yeah, and I do. What am I doing that for? I do want to sort of. Well, how about I should bring the microphone over? I do want to mention, ladies and gentlemen, it is in music sort of thing. Because reason why I want to have it in music is because with sort of disabilities and things that people don't understand, it's so much easier it comes in music than actually speaking. Because if you're watching a video and you're just talking, it's more case you are going to be doze off or got bored or whatnot, So what I decided to do is put this through my program, decide out how I make my music, and I did it through that way. So if you don't want to learn how I do it, let me know. I will have subtitles up, but just be in mind the subtitles will not be what it says in the video because of YouTube does not like subtitles. That's the thing. I never understand that. You are roughly £1 billion company. You still haven't fixed a lot of problems with YouTube, with your business. Does not make any sense. But anyway, let's get into video. But if you don't know how to actually make a video sort of thing with it, please let me know in the comments, because I would like to turn this into a video, not like, you know, in background or that lot. If you don't know how to do it, please let me know in the comments. I should know how to do it, but yeah, it's one of those things. But anyway, no further ado, let's get straight into the video, and yeah, we'll have a quick play.
What does Tourette syndrome drive? Tourette syndrome is a neurological condition characterized by involuntary, repetitive movements and vocalizations called tics. These tics can manifest as sudden twitches, movements, or sounds varying in frequency and intensity among individuals. Drive requires precise control and sustained attention, which sometimes raises concerns about the ability of individuals with Tourette's to operate a vehicle safely. This article explores the factors determining whether someone with Tourette syndrome can drive, addressing legal aspects, potential challenges and available support, eligibility and legal framework. Tourette syndrome does not automatically disqualify an individual from driving. The legal framework for driving privileges typically focuses on a person's functional ability to operate a vehicle safely, rather than a specific medical diagnosis. Many jurisdictions worldwide do not have blanket bans against individuals with Tourette syndrome holding a driver's license. For instance, in the United Kingdom, individuals are encouraged to inform the driver and vehicle licensing agency if their condition affects their driving ability, but disclosure is not mandatory if tics do not pose a safety risk. Licensing authorities prioritize whether tics or associated conditions impair critical driving skills such as coordination, reaction time, and attention. Some countries, like Sweden, or regions such as Northern Ireland, encourage or require reporting the diagnosis to licensing authorities if tics interfere with driving. This allows for a review to determine if any restrictions or conditions are necessary to ensure public safety. Impact of tics on driving ability. Motor and vocal tics can potentially affect driving, though the impact varies significantly depending on their severity, frequency, and type. Motor tics, which involve sudden, uncontrollable movements, might interfere with maintaining vehicle control. Examples include head jerking that could momentarily obstruct vision, or arm and leg tics that might disrupt steering or pedal operation. Vocal tics, such as grunting, throat clearing, or involuntary utterances, can also pose challenges by distracting the driver or causing a momentary lapse in focus. While some individuals may experience tics that worsen during driving, others report that their tics remain unchanged or can even be suppressed due to the concentration required for the task. A significant majority of individuals with Tourette's report that their tics interfere minimally or not at all with driving. Many people with Tourette's also experience co-occurring conditions like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, anxiety, or obsessive-compulsive disorder, which can also influence driving ability by affecting attention, impulsivity, or reaction times. Strategies and support for drivers with Tourette's. Individuals with Tourette syndrome can employ several strategies to manage their tics and enhance driving safety. Medical management, including medication, can help reduce the severity of disruptive tics. Pharmacological treatments may involve medications that affect brain chemicals or those used for co-occurring conditions. Potential side effects of medication, such as drowsiness, should be considered as they could affect driving. Behavioral therapies, such as comprehensive behavioral intervention for tics, offer strategies including habit reversal training and relaxation techniques to help individuals gain more control over their tics. Some drivers find that focusing on the act of driving can naturally suppress tics, creating a low-stress driving environment. Minimizing distractions and taking breaks during longer trips can also be beneficial. Adaptive driving techniques or assistive technology like lane keeping assistance or adaptive cruise control
control can provide additional support. Professional driving evaluations by certified driver rehabilitation specialists can offer personalized guidance and assess specific needs. The assessment and licensing process. The process for obtaining or maintaining a driver's license for individuals with Tourette syndrome typically involves an assessment of their functional driving capacity. Licensing authorities may require medical reports from treating physicians or neurologists to understand the nature and impact of the tics. In some cases, a neuropsychological evaluation might be required, especially if co-occurring conditions like ADHD are present.
There we go.
Part 2. If concerns exist, a practical driving assessment may be conducted to observe the individual's performance in a real-world setting based on these evaluations. Licensing authorities might issue a standard license or restricted license with specific conditions. Or in rare cases of severe impairment, deny a license. Individuals should be transparent with their doctors and the relevant motor vehicle department about their condition to ensure appropriate evaluation and support. Failing to disclose a condition that affects driving ability can result in fines or legal consequences if an accident occurs. What is Tourette syndrome? Tourette syndrome is a neurological disorder that affects your brain and nerves. It causes you to make sudden movements or sounds called tics. Tics are involuntary, so you can't control or prevent them. Motor tics involve body movements, like eye blinking or shoulder shrugging. Vocal tics involve your voice, like sniffing or throat clearing. Motor tics tend to develop before vocal tics. Tourette syndrome, or Tourette's, usually starts in early childhood. Most of the time, tics become milder and occur less frequently in late adolescence and adulthood. Tourette syndrome is the most severe type of tic disorder. Tourette syndrome affects 1 out of every 1 for 60 children, which means that approximately 300,000 children in the U.S. have the condition. Symptoms and causes. Symptoms of Tourette syndrome. The most common Tourette syndrome symptoms are motor and or vocal tics. Tics usually start between the ages of 5 and 7 and peak around age 12. Tics are either simple or complex. Simple tics. Simple tics are quick, repeated movements that only involve a few muscle groups. Shoulder shrugging and throat clearing are simple vocal tics. Complex tics. Complex tics involve many movements and muscle groups. Jumping and repeating certain words or phrases are complex vocal tics. Tourette syndrome causes. Researchers don't know the exact cause of Tourette syndrome, but the condition tends to run in families, so they believe genes may play a role. Issues with how your brain breaks down. Neurotransmitters may also contribute to Tourette syndrome. Neurotransmitters, like dopamine, are chemicals in your brain that regulate behavior and movement. Risk factors. Risk factors for Tourette syndrome may include sex. Males are 3 to 4 times more likely to develop Tourette syndrome. Biological family history. Parents may pass down Tourette syndrome to children through genes. Prenatal health. Children born to people who smoked or had health complications during pregnancy may be at a higher risk for Tourette syndrome. Low birth weight may also increase the chances of Tourette syndrome. Does Tourette's occur with other health conditions? Most people with Tourette's have other health conditions. These are usually mental or behavioral health disorders, including diagnosis and tests. How doctors diagnose Tourette syndrome. To diagnose Tourette syndrome, a provider checks when the tics started. They should begin before age 18. Your child must have both motor and vocal tics.
There isn't a blood test or imaging exam that can detect Tourette syndrome. Instead, your child's provider will carefully review their medical history and symptoms. Their provider may also do tests to rule out other conditions that could be causing tics. Management and treatment. Tourette syndrome treatment. Mild tics that don't affect your child's everyday activities might not need treatment. But severe tics can make it hard to function at work, school, or in social situations. Some tics can even lead to self-injury in these cases. Tourette syndrome treatment, including medication or behavioral therapy, may help. Tourette syndrome medication. For mild tics, your child's healthcare provider may recommend medications that typically treat high blood pressure. These medications include clonidine and guanfacine.
Why is that the heat?
Part 3. For more severe tics, your child's provider may recommend neuroleptics.
Antipsychotic medication.
Neuroleptics are drugs that limit the activity of dopamine in your brain. Dopamine is a chemical that can increase tics. Other medications can help manage conditions that occur with Tourette's, like ADHD or OCD. Tourette syndrome therapy. The tics associated with Tourette's are involuntary, so they aren't something you or your child can control. But new therapies help people manage tics and reduce their negative effects. Comprehensive behavioral intervention for tics. CBER helps people recognize tics. Sometimes people feel a sensation right before a tic occurs, called a premonitory urge. By recognizing this urge, they may be able to mask or suppress the tic. Respond to tics. Doing a new and different action when a tic occurs is a competing response. A voluntary action, shutting your eyes, limits the involuntary action. Blinking, reduce tics. Excitement or anxiety tends to make tics worse. Staying calm and avoiding stressful situations may reduce the frequency of tics. When should I contact my healthcare provider about Tourette syndrome? Contact a healthcare provider right away if someone with Tourette syndrome becomes violent, injures himself, talks about suicide. You can call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988. Outlook prognosis. What is the outlook for someone living with Tourette syndrome? There's no cure for Tourette syndrome. The condition usually improves by early adulthood. Tics may still occur, but most adults don't need to continue medication or therapy. What is the life expectancy of someone with Tourette syndrome? People with Tourette syndrome have a typical life expectancy. Tourette syndrome isn't a progressive condition. It doesn't get worse over time. In many cases, the condition is mild and the tics go away on their own. A note from Cleveland Clinic. Tics among children aren't uncommon and they're usually harmless. But if you notice your child's tics becoming more severe or frequent, it's possible they may have Tourette syndrome. If you can, take a video of your child performing their tics so you can show it to their healthcare provider. Your child's provider can determine if Tourette's is affecting your your child and recommend appropriate treatment. It's important to remember that your child can't control their tics. Their tics make them unique. Make your friends, loved ones, and child's teachers aware of your child's tics so they understand the condition and work with your child's provider to get them the best possible treatment to manage their tics. Care at Cleveland Clinic, Parkinson's disease, essential tremor, and dystonia are common movement disorders. And Cleveland Clinic has the expert care and support you need to manage them. So that will be it in this video. If I miss anything, please let me know in the comments, and I will do an update video and be in mine. Don't judge bullies, so thank you so much for watching. Check out my other series and music videos. Thank you so much. I see you in this one. Goodbye for now.
Muted? No, I'm not. Okay, brilliant. And yeah, so that is what is Tourette's. Yeah, I never can say that word. Tourette's singing some. Dyslexic. For some reason I always think about dyslexic one, so I thought, you know what, let's just play this one, even though I do need to change the title. But what I will do is I'm going to just copy it, and then when it is playing, what I can do is I could do everything else, you know, I think. Anyway,
Dyslexia is a learning disorder that involves difficulty reading due to problems identifying speech sounds and learning how they relate to letters and words. Decoding, also called a reading disability. Dyslexia is a result of individual differences in areas of the brain that process language. Dyslexia is not due to problems with intelligence, hearing, or vision. Most children with dyslexia can succeed in school with tutoring or a specialized education program. Emotional support also plays an important role. Though there's no cure for dyslexia, early assessment and intervention result in the best outcome. Sometimes dyslexia goes undiagnosed for years and isn't recognized until adulthood. But it's never too late to seek help. Symptoms and signs of dyslexia can be difficult to recognize before your child enters school, but some early clues may indicate a problem. Once your child reaches school aged, your child's teacher may be the first to notice a problem. Severity varies, but the condition often becomes apparent as a child starts learning to read before school, signs that a young child may be at risk of. Now, dyslexia include late talking, learning new words slowly, problems forming words correctly, such as reversing sounds in words or confusing words that sound alike. Problems remembering or naming letters, numbers and colors, difficulty learning nursery rhymes or playing rhyming games. School age. Once your child is in school, dyslexia symptoms may become more apparent, including reading well below the expected level for age, problems processing and understanding what is heard, difficulty finding a right word or forming answers to questions, problems remembering the sequence of things, difficulty seeing and occasionally hearing similarities and differences in letters and words, inability to sound out the pronunciation of an unfamiliar word, difficulty spelling, spinning an unusually long time completing tasks that involve reading or writing, avoiding activities that involve reading. Teens and adults. Dyslexia signs in teens and adults are a lot like those in children. Some common dyslexia symptoms in teens and adults
include difficulty reading, including reading aloud, slow and labor-intensive reading and writing problems, spelling, avoiding activities that involve reading, mispronouncing names or words or problems, retrieving words, spending an unusually long time completing tasks that involve reading or writing, difficulty summarizing historic trouble, learning a foreign language, difficulty doing math, word problems. When to see a doctor, the most children are ready to learn reading by kindergarten or first grade children. With dyslexia, often have trouble learning to read by that time. Talk with your healthcare provider if your child's reading level is below what's expected for your child's age, or if you notice other signs of dyslexia. When dyslexia goes undiagnosed and untreated, childhood reading difficulties continue into adulthood. Cause dyslexia results from individual differences in the parts of the brain that enable reading. It tends to run in families. Dyslexia appears to be linked to certain genes that affect how the brain processes reading and language. Risk factors to family history of dyslexia or other reading or learning disabilities increase the risk of having dyslexia. Complications. Dyslexia can lead to several problems, including trouble learning, because reading is a skill basic to most other school subjects. A child with dyslexia is at a disadvantage in most classes and may have trouble keeping up with peers' social problems. Left untreated, dyslexia may lead to low self-esteem, behavior problems, anxiety, aggression, and withdrawal from friends, parents, and teachers. Problems as adults. The inability to read and comprehend can prevent children from reaching their potential as they grow up. This can have negative, long-term educational, social, and economic impacts. Children who have dyslexia is at increased risk of having attention deficit, hyperactivity disorder, and vice versa. ADHD can cause difficulty keeping attention. It can also cause hyperactivity and impulsive behavior, which can make dyslexia harder to treat. The thing that everyone needs to know: having dyslexic is not a bad thing to have. And yes, it is very hard with any learning disabilities. I have learning disabilities and every day is hard for me, cause there are people who will take piss out of me by saying you are not human. You don't have any rights to be living. People will take advantage of you. People will not take you serious. People will laugh at you. People think they are better than you. But you have to know that no one is better than you. You are a human who should be on this earth and living. Don't take what people see seriously, because their lives are so easy. And if they walk in your shoes or mine, they will not last 5 minutes. It is very hard for me. Every single day, back in the day, I try my hardest to prove that I'm one of you.
Right, now you're going to hear my bit.
And what I mean by that is all of the humans out there who do not have any learning difficulties. It will be very, very hard every single day to do something that what people can do, like reading, writing, spelling. But you have to think that there are things that you can use to do all of that. Like me, I am using my microphone to put what I am saying on this message. I have been fooled a lot of crap in my life, and yes, it is very hard to be who you are living in this rubbish world that we live in. But I am keep on saying to myself that no one is better than me. I am who I am, and I am proud of having learning difficulties, because I can help other people who are going through the same crap like I have. No one will understand how difficult it is to wake up every single day of thinking what is going to happen today. Will it be good day or will it be like any other day? But you have to keep on telling yourself, no matter what, people are horrible. So I want to do this video of using AI voice, because it's better for me to have someone else or something else to say what dyslexic means and what I have gone through. There is so much stuff I have gone through, by people, even by the police, by the government, by family, friends, even the teachers. You might think that you are all alone in this world, but you are not. There are other people who've got learning difficulties, and what I keep on telling myself, that there are more people out there who has a lot harder problems than I have. Even you might have harder challenge every single day. So, what can you do to stop people knowing? First is don't tell no one that you have any difficulties. Tell your parents, don't tell no one. The only people need to know is your parents, your teachers, your doctor, anyone who needs to know that might stop the bullying, harassment from other people. But what can you do if everybody knows? Well, that is unfortunately because there's not a lot that you can do if everybody knows. But what you can do is go to therapy, and they can help you cope to deal with all of the problems. If you don't believe that there is nobody on earth that will understand what you are going through, or they will not understand how difficult it is, just remember you are not alone in all of this, even if you think you are. You need to believe in yourself that you can do it. If you got any learning difficulties, no matter what it is, you can do it. Like I give you a sample, what I mean reading, writing, spelling, talking, you can use a tablet, a mobile phone, PC, laptop to reading and writing and spelling and talking. There are technology out there that you can use to help you day by day. You shouldn't be embarrassed of using any of electronics to help you. I'm not embarrassed because I use my PC to do this video. I do wish I could spell and read, but I can't. That doesn't matter. I know I'm more likely get a lot of hate by saying all of this. But I don't care what you think about me. Unfortunately, I can't put some words that people say on YouTube because it will be removed. So that is way. You kick me down because I have learning difficulty. You don't know what I have to go through. So that is why I help people, because it's the only thing that I know how to do it right. I love it. And you told me I can't do anything. Maybe you are right, but I'm going to keep doing what I love. So don't listen to people that said you will never be one of us. That isn't true. We are better than them. Yep. Because we don't have hate in our heart. I understand why you all think that we are not one of you. It because you are afraid of us for what we can do on this earth. All you humans do is fight, start war, kill for no reason and like it a game for all of you. So that is it. I hope you all enjoy this music, and I will see you soon. There will be more songs that is going up. But for now, I'm having a break from YouTube and online. So bye for now.
Oh. To say that is because the site that I use, I can't use certain words. It is very, very hard for me trying to put everything that I really, really want into that. So I thought I'd just try my hardest, try to fill it all in. And there's a lot of other things. I will do an update with that and everything else. Right, so anyway, what time is that? 8. Okay, so let's do, you know what, let's do the kids one. Pardon me. Well, I'm trying to find the, oh, there we go, this one. Reason why I'm going to do the children's one, because kids one is a little bit similar to an adult. So I'm going to do this one, and well, actually, before I do that one, let's just do that. Is there any other ones? Mental health. If you don't want me to do mental health, I'm more happy to do mental health as well. If you have gone through mental health, this video will definitely help you, no matter what, and how you can cope, deal, and all of that. So right now, let's just listen to this very, very long video, and just to let you lot know, typing all of this out did take me very, very long time, and you might think, well, it's only on 22 minutes and 45 seconds, but you have to be in mind that it's sort of, yeah, taking hours. Especially when you've got dyslexic, it definitely takes hours. But for any of you lot, it'll probably take like roughly half an hour to write it all out. But if someone got dyslexic, it's not that easy. Anyway, I'll let you lot listen to this one.
Behavioral sleep. Problems are the most common sleep problems in childhood within the general population. Between 15% and 30% of the 5-year-old children experience regular difficulties falling asleep or sleeping through the night. These problems occur in 11% to 15% of school-age children. 6-12 years. Children with conditions that involve behavior problems and difficulty with self-regulation, notably attention deficit hyperactivity disorder and autistic spectrum disorder. Present with behavioral sleep problems more frequently than children within the general population, particularly daytime sleepiness and shorter overall sleep duration, reflecting difficulty settling to sleep, night waking, and early morning waking. Other possible causes of childhood sleep disturbance include depression, nightmares, child wakes terrified, remembers the dream, age 8-10 years, night terrors, child half wakes terrified, still dreaming, cannot remember the dream on waking in the morning, sleepwalking, very rare condition, occurs generally between 11-14 years of age. Child wakes half awake and calm. Child had no memory of the event on waking the following morning. Childhood illness. Recommended amount of sleep for a child. American Academy of Sleep Medicine consensus recommendations for amount of sleep for pediatric populations. Infants aged 4-12 months should sleep 12-16 hours per 24 hours, including naps, on a regular basis to promote optimal health. Children aged 1-2 years should sleep 11-14 hours per 24 hours on a regular basis to promote optimal health.
What the fuck
Children
was
aged
that?
3-5 years should sleep 10-13 hours per 24 hours on a regular basis to promote optimal health. Recommendations for infants younger than age 4 months are not included due to the wide range of normal variation in duration and patterns of sleep and insufficient.
Sorry, I have to stop there. I don't even know if you lot saw that flash. That was a massive flash. What is happening? Bloody hell, sorry. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Evidence for associations with health outcomes. Definition of childhood insomnia. The International Classification of Sleep Disorders. ICSD. 3rd edition. Outlines clinical characteristic associated with childhood insomnia under the diagnostic category of chronic insomnia disorder. Defined as occurring at least 3 times per week and present for at least 3 months. Causes of interrupted sleep include children resist going to bed for a variety of reasons, because they wish to engage in other preferred activities, because they do not feel tired, because they have nighttime fears that make them frightened of going to sleep alone. Bedtime resistance involves active oppositional behavior on the part of the child and in turn may lead to shorter sleep duration. Night waking problems occur when children wake at night and do not fall back to sleep promptly and independently. Many young children experience transient waking periods through the night, but quickly return to sleep on their own without intervention
children wake frequently and or for an extended period of time and require parental assistance, parental presence.
Sue the activities to return to sleep. Night wake can become problematic. Principles of management of childhood insomnia.
Age 06! Behavioral methods are the only empirically validated treatments for behavioral insomnia in young children with neurotypical development. Pharmacological treatments have never shown long-term effectiveness in the treatment of behavioral insomnia in young children with neurotypical development age 06. Alternative treatments such as alternative medicine, herbal medicine, or even the use of melatonin have not been studied by randomized controlled trials for treating behavioral insomnia in young children with neurotypical development age 06. 6+ when sleep onset insomnia is present in otherwise healthy children. The management should follow a stepwise approach, practical sleep hygiene indications, and adaptive bedtime routine, followed by behavioral therapies, must be the first step. When these measures are not effective, low-dose melatonin administered 30-60 minutes before bedtime might be helpful. Melatonin administration can be used to advance
Sleep onset to normal values in children with ADHD who are not on stimulant medication. Melatonin use should be monitored by pediatricians to evaluate the efficacy as well as the presence of adverse effects. Notes with respect to short-term use of sedative antihistamines in childhood insomnia. Sedative side effects of antihistamines may speed up behavioral programs over short periods but seem not to work without behavioral interventions. In a placebo-controlled double-blind trial in infants aged 6-27 months with the use of trim at present tartrate, authors concluded that it is not recommended as a pharmacological treatment for infant sleep disturbance unless as an adjunct to a behavioral therapy program.
Clinically, the short-term use of an H1 blocker for transient or extreme insomnia is frequently employed.
However,
when to be concerned about insomnia. What is insomnia? Insomnia is when you have trouble falling asleep or can't stay asleep at night. Insomnia is common in children of all ages. It can affect how our children act during the day as well as parents and caregivers due to the lack of sleep. They may be getting signs and symptoms of insomnia. Your child may be dealing with insomnia if they have any of the following symptoms: refusing to go to bed when it is time, getting up frequently after being laid down, trouble falling asleep, waking up frequently during the night and trouble falling back asleep, not wanting to be in their own bed, waking up earlier than normal, difficult to wake up in the morning. If your child has any of the above symptoms at night, they may also deal with symptoms during the day. These symptoms may include feeling very tired, trouble concentrating or paying attention in school, irritable, lack of motivation, behavioral problems including aggression or hyperactivity. What causes insomnia? Most cases of insomnia in children is due to behavioral sleep problems. Sometimes insomnia is brought on due to another condition such as a sleep disorder such as obstructive sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, stress and mood disorders like anxiety and depression, developmental condition like attention deficit disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or autism, asthma. Medications your child may be taking such as steroids or an antidepressant, too much caffeine in your child's diet. How is insomnia diagnosed? If you think your child may be suffering from insomnia, your pediatrician may refer you to a pediatric sleep specialist for evaluation. During the evaluation, the sleep specialist will do the following: ask for a history of your child's symptoms, physical examination, ask for a sleep log to be kept for a couple of weeks detailing sleep patterns, including how much sleep the child got, how often they woke up in the middle of the night, etc. You may also be asked for your child to wear a sleep tracking device. In some cases, a sleep study may be done. How is insomnia treated? The good news is insomnia is very treatable. In most cases, insomnia can be treated with changes to your child's routines and behaviors like limiting screen time and caffeine during the day. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine and the American Academy of Pediatrics recommend against using medications as a first-line treatment for childhood insomnia. In very rare cases, when behavioral changes alone do not work and any other conditions affecting sleep are addressed, medication may be prescribed to treat insomnia. Insomnia in children. A child that has trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking too early may have insomnia. Just like in adults, a child's insomnia can be short-term or long-term. Between 2 and 3 out of 10 children have sleep problems. Short-term insomnia may be caused by sickness, a drug taken for a short time, stress, or unfamiliar surroundings. Long-term or chronic insomnia occurs 3 times a week for a month or longer. Chronic insomnia in children may be caused by depression, anxiety, pain, or other health problems such as the itching of eczema, a stuffy nose, growing pains, or autism. What causes insomnia in children? The causes of insomnia in children are much like the things that cause insomnia in adults. These include stress, certain health conditions, the sleeping environment, poor sleep habits, caffeine, smoking, or alcohol, certain drugs, such as antidepressants or steroids, another sleep disorder such as restless leg syndrome or sleep apnea. Children may also learn poor sleep habits from their families. For instance, a parent who worries about poor sleep can unknowingly teach this anxiety to their child. This, in turn, makes their child anxious about their own sleep, which can lead to insomnia. What are the signs of insomnia in children? The signs that a child is not sleeping well are similar to the signs in adults. Signs include daytime tiredness, sleepiness, and fatigue, problems concentrating, irritability or mood swings, lack of motivation, depression, hyperactivity, having accidents, poor impulse control or poor decision making, social problems at school, with friends or with family, worry about going to bed and falling asleep. You should talk with your pediatrician if your child's insomnia lasts for more than a few weeks. What is behavioral insomnia? The most common type of insomnia in children is learned and called behavioral insomnia. Common examples include resisting going to bed or only being able to sleep under certain conditions. For example, a child may expect a bottle toy or to be rocked to fall asleep, or a child may expect to get into their parents' bed if they wake up in the middle of the night. Keeping to a sleep schedule and enforcing bedtime rules often help fix behavioral insomnia.
Sometimes. You alright? Oh, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, now it's on. Okay, so yeah. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Don't even know why my microphone doesn't want to work anymore. So if you lot got any recommendation with a new microphone, please let me know. Because this microphone, it seems like it's virtually camera, but I did see on Amazon there is a OBS bot, the smart lit or something. I don't know, 150. So it's not too bad. I'll get that next payday. Anyway, I'll let you get back and listen to us. I got hiccups.
Insomnia and autism. Between 50% and 80% of children and teens with autism have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. Some studies show that autism behaviors can get worse with lack of sleep. As with other children, parent education about good sleep habits is the first choice for treatment. How is insomnia treated in children? Just as with adults, the first line of treatment for insomnia includes learning good sleep habits and cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia. CBTI is a special type of therapy that teaches someone a variety of ways to get better sleep. CBTI may include relaxation techniques, deep breathing exercises, and positive self-talk. These techniques can be helpful for a lifetime. Good sleep habits include keeping a regular sleep schedule for waking up and going to bed, making time to get enough sleep. No TV or electronics in the bedroom. Avoiding caffeine 4 to 6 hours before bedtime. Avoiding stimulating activities within 1 hour of bedtime. Insomnia drugs are usually not recommended for children. Supplements like melatonin may be helpful for short-term use. However, talk to your pediatrician before giving your child any supplement. Old-fashioned remedies like warm milk, chamomile tea, a warm bath, or massage may work too. By age 6 months, children typically have the ability to sleep through the night. Children who have difficulty maintaining sleep may have childhood insomnia. Your child may not sleep through the night for a variety of reasons, such as stress, caffeine, and other stimulants, side effects of medication, medical or psychological conditions, environmental factors, or another sleep disorder. What are the symptoms of childhood insomnia? Children who have insomnia may have some or all of the following symptoms. They have difficulty falling asleep or maintaining sleep. They may also wake up too early in the morning. They are chronically tired and seem groggy and distracted during the day. Their behavior is erratic or moody, or they show signs of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. How is childhood insomnia diagnosed? Your child's doctor will ask for a detailed history of your child's health and sleep habits and will conduct a physical exam. The doctor may also order a sleep study to evaluate for medical causes of insomnia. Learn about having a sleep study at child. How is childhood insomnia treated? If your child's doctor believes a more comprehensive treatment is needed, our sleep physicians who specialize in pediatric insomnia will meet with your family to put together an individualized sleep plan. The plan will be based on your child's age, developmental stage, and your family's practices and beliefs. Treatment often begins with lifestyle modifications and behavioral interventions to improve sleep habits. When to be concerned about insomnia. What is insomnia? Insomnia is when you have trouble falling asleep or can't stay asleep at night. Insomnia is common in children of all ages. It can affect how our children act during the day, as well as parents and caregivers. Due to the lack of sleep, they may be getting signs and symptoms
symptoms of insomnia. Your child may be dealing with insomnia if they have any of the following symptoms: refusing to go to bed when it is time, getting up frequently after being laid down, trouble falling asleep, waking up frequently during the night and trouble falling back asleep, not wanting to be in their own bed, waking up earlier than normal, difficult to wake up in the morning. If your child has any of the above symptoms at night, they may also deal with symptoms during the day. These symptoms may include feeling very tired, trouble concentrating or paying attention in school, irritable, lack of motivation, behavioral problems including aggression or hyperactivity. What causes insomnia? Most cases of insomnia in children is due to behavioral sleep problems. Sometimes insomnia is brought on due to another condition, such as a sleep disorder, such as obstructive sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome. Stress and mood disorders like anxiety and depression, developmental condition like attention deficit disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or autism. Asthma. Medications your child may be taking, such as steroids or an antidepressant. Too much caffeine in your child's diet. How is insomnia diagnosed? If you think your child may be suffering from insomnia, your pediatrician may refer you to a pediatric sleep specialist for evaluation. During the evaluation, the sleep specialist will do the following: ask for a history of your child's symptoms, physical examination, asked for a sleep log to be kept for a couple of weeks detailing sleep patterns, including how much sleep the child got, how often they woke up in the middle of the night, etc. You may also be asked for your child to wear a sleep tracking device. In some cases, a sleep study may be done. How is insomnia treated?
Okay, right. I just want to make sure the microphone is actually on. Okay, right. Just want to let all of you parents out there, if your kid is going through any of that sort of thing that's been said in this video, you could actually use a way to detect and anything else, and there is a cure, like it has been mentioned in this video, well, in this live. Massaging your child is really, really good. If you're going to massage your child, there is 2 ways that you could do it: massage before bath or massage after the bath. But just be in mind, massaging your child will be the best thing for the child. Alright? So massaging your child before they go to bed, they will doze off way faster. That's the reason why I recommend massaging your child after a nice bath, or without having a bath, really. It will help your child get to sleep, because massage, if you do it right, the child will go sleep, doze off and everything. But if you are from China, Japan, India, Russia, Ukraine, Africa, any of those type of countries, then I don't agree with how you massage your kids. I don't agree with it. Because those countries that I have mentioned, they use equipment, tools, to actually mark their child to the point that they bruise and harm their kids. I don't agree with how they massage. Don't recommend that. Massaging your child, you only need a baby oil to actually do it perfect. Okay, if you don't know how to massage YouTube teaching you how to do it. Alright? Massaging is so easy to do. You just need to stay calm, you need patience, and you really, really need your hands completely clean. But when you, sorry, microphone just decided to cut off then. You really need clean hands and everything. And make sure you do not have any nails. Long nails can scratch your child. So don't do that. Alright? I'm just telling you like that now. Cut your nails before you do it. Alright? That will help your kids. Even adults, it will help. Because it's relaxing and calm. Even if you're going through mental health or any problem. Okay, massage is the best cure of everything, mainly. Right? I have tested. I have mainly done. Oh, hello. Yeah, massage is best cure of everything. Before the microphone decided to cut out again. I need a new microphone. There we go. Now it's back. Yeah, you lot can see down here it came on cutting out. Don't even know why. But anyway, I'll let you get to the part 4. And yeah. Oh. Just fast speed it. Number 4.
The good news is insomnia is very treatable. In most cases, insomnia can be treated with changes to your child's routines and behaviors like limiting screen time and caffeine during the day. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine and the American Academy of Pediatrics recommend against using medications as a first-line treatment for childhood insomnia in very rare cases. When behavioral changes alone do not work and any other conditions affecting sleep are addressed, medication may be prescribed to treat insomnia. When to be concerned about insomnia. What is insomnia? Insomnia is when you have trouble falling asleep or can't stay asleep at night. Insomnia is common in children of all ages. It can affect how our children act during the day as well as parents and caregivers due to the lack of sleep. They may be getting signs and symptoms of insomnia. Your child may be dealing with insomnia if they have any of the following symptoms: refusing to go to bed when it is time, getting up frequently after being laid down, trouble falling asleep, waking up frequently during the night and trouble falling.
Okay, so I just realised this is the same one from the number 1. So I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. I did listen to this all the way through. I think I did this one on there as well by mistake. I do apologise. So right now I will be playing mental health. What is mental health? And what you can do if you got mental health and anything else. So I hope you lot going to enjoy this one. This one, it is over 41 minutes long for part 1 to 7. And yeah, it is, yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, right. In this video, you're not going to be watching what is mental health and how to deal with mental health. But before we get into that, if you are going through mental health, or your friend, your family, or your child is going through mental health, that they're going to harm you or someone else, please seek medical help now. If you live in UK, please dial 999, or if you live in US, dial 911. Please dial those numbers because it will help you out and will help your family member or your friend out. Please seek some help. And if your child is going through mental health and is about to stall or anything like that, please seek help. If it's serious, please dial an ambulance, go to hospital, or go contact any numbers that will be on this video. I try my hardest, try to get every single country, but unfortunately I can't get China number for mental health because for some reason there's no such thing mental health apparently in China. Russia, Ukraine, India, Africa, or anything like that, only could be able to get US and UK number. I do apologise to every single one of you, and I really do hope someone in the comments live in those countries and will put it in the comments down below. I really do hope, or if I find the number, I will put it in the description in the comments for all of you lot to dial. But this video did take me a very long time. And I understand what you are going through or your family member is going through. I've been going through mental health all my life. And it's very stressful, and it's very scary as well. So how do I deal with mental health? I make music. I make lyrics for past over decades. Okay, just want to let all of you lot know, hello, right. Just want to let all of you lot know this video really did take me a very long time. Just doing this bit, it was so many. There was quite a lot of things. Every time I was trying to say something, the algorithm, well, whatever you call it, the microphone does not want to work, the echoing, and yeah, like you probably could see in the video that I got a little microphone down here. It's not that good, it's not that great, and it's kind of really frustrating when I try to edit this video, try and change the audio, try and change all of that, it does not want to work. But anyway, let's listen to my past self. Okay, it goes. I've been making music for other YouTubers, other singers for over a decade. And I don't make any profit. I made a song about this one YouTuber who you lot know very well, and he's claiming his music is his. He made 100% of the music. You could check that music out yourself. It'd be second last video what I have done. Blood and Sweat, that's the name of the song. Listen to that, it's very annoying. So I make music. Now I use a website that I use to make my music. Is, I would say, completely free, but it's all credit. If you don't want to know how to make music, please let me know. And just let you know, making music will help you in the long run. If you've got mental health or any problems, it will help you out because you put all your anger or your worries or you're upset or anything that you are going through, no matter what it is, you could turn it into a lyrics, turn it into a song or a follow. Or if you don't want to spend money to turn it into a music, you can email me. All my description is down below. You can email me the lyrics that you have made and I will turn it into a music video. But just be in mind, there's certain words that I can't have into the music because the site that I use, it is restricted with certain things. But I will try my hardest to fix that, and I will inform you what word that I am not allowed to use, and I will say who did it in the video. If that's what you want, I will make it and do it all for you. And if I miss anything in this video of anything, please let me know in the comments and I will definitely do an update with this video. Please let me know. Right now it's 20 past 10 in the evening. This video took me a very long time. Right now it's after over 4 minutes 10 seconds. I'm going to let you lot get straight to the video, and I really do hope you are happy and safe. I really do hope so. Please be happy and safe. Right, thank you all so much for watching, and let's get straight to the video. Bye for now. Fucking willow.
What is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It helps determine how we handle stress,
relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood over the course of your life. If you experience mental health problems, your thinking, mood, and behavior could be affected. Early warning signs and symptoms. Not sure if you or someone you know is living with mental health problems. Experiencing one or more of the following feelings or behaviors can be an early warning sign of a problem. Eating or sleeping too much or too little. Pulling away from people and usual activities, having low or no energy, feeling numb or like nothing matters, having unexplained aches and pains, feeling helpless or hopeless. Smoking, drinking, or using drugs more than usual, feeling unusually confused, forgetful, on edge, angry, upset, worried or scared, yelling or fighting with family and friends, experiencing severe mood swings that cause problems in relationships, having persistent thoughts and memories you can't get out of your head, hearing voices or believing things that are not true, thinking of harming yourself or others, inability to perform daily tasks like taking care of your kids or getting to work or school. Do you think someone you know may have a mental health problem? Talking about mental health can be difficult. Learn about common mental health myths and facts and read about ways to help you get the conversation started. Tips for living well with a mental health condition. Having a mental health condition can make it a struggle to work, keep up with school, stick to a regular schedule, have healthy relationships, socialize, maintain hygiene, and more. However, with early and consistent treatment, often a combination of medication and psychotherapy, it is possible to manage these conditions, overcome challenges, and lead a meaningful, productive life. Today, there are new tools, evidence-based treatments, and social support systems that help people feel better and pursue their goals. Some of these tips, tools, and strategies include: stick to a treatment plan. Even if you feel better, don't stop going to therapy or taking medication without a doctor's guidance. Work with a doctor to safely adjust doses or medication if needed to continue a treatment plan. Keep your primary care physician updated. Primary care physicians are an important part of long-term management, even if you also see a psychiatrist. Learn about the condition. Being educated can help you stick to your treatment plan. Education can also help your loved ones be more supportive and compassionate. Practice good self-care. Control stress with activities such as meditation or Tai Chi. Eat healthy and exercise and get enough sleep. Reach out to family and friends. Maintaining relationships with others is important. In times of crisis or rough spells, reach out to them for support and help. Develop coping skills. Establishing healthy coping skills can help people deal with stress easier. Get enough sleep. Good sleep improves your brain performance, mood, and overall health. Consistently poor sleep is associated with anxiety, depression, and other mental health conditions. Need help? If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, help is available. Call or text 988 or chat 9888lifeline.org. To learn how to get support for mental health, drug, and alcohol issues, visit FindSupport.gov. To locate treatment facilities or providers, visit FindTreatment.gov. or call SANCS's National Helpline at 800-662-HELP. How to talk about mental health. Mental health is essential to a person's life in the same way as physical health. Hesitation to talk about mental health adds to the notion that the topic is taboo. It is important to normalize conversations surrounding mental health so people can feel empowered to seek the help they need. The following resources can help you feel more informed to talk about mental health with the people in your life who may need your support.
Parsimony.
For people with mental health problems, if you have or believe you may have a mental health problem,
It is helpful to talk about these issues with others. Learn more about building a strong support system and developing a recovery plan. For young people looking for help, mental health problems don't only affect adults, children. Teenagers and young adults can also have mental health problems. For parents and caregivers, it can be hard to talk to your child dependent or person you are caring for about mental health problems. Get tips for starting the conversation. For friends and family members, anyone can experience mental health problems. Friends and family members can make all the difference in a person's recovery process. Learn how to support your friends and loved ones as they look for help with their mental health problems. For educators, educators are often the first to notice mental health problems. Find out about mental health problems, what you can do, and how to develop effective strategies to meet the mental health needs of your students. For community and faith leaders, before they turn to a healthcare professional, many people may turn to community and faith leaders when facing mental health problems or traumatic events. Learn how to support mental health in your community. For parents and caregivers of children, as a parent or caregiver, you want the best for your children or other dependents. You may be concerned or have questions about certain behaviors they exhibit and how to ensure they get help. What to look for. It is important to be aware of warning signs that your child may be struggling. You can play a critical role in knowing when your child may need help. Consult with a school counselor, school nurse, mental health provider, or another healthcare professional if your child shows one or more of the following behaviors: feeling very sad or withdrawn or easily irritated for more than 2 weeks, seriously trying to harm or kill themselves or making plans to do so, experiencing sudden overwhelming fear for no reason, sometimes with a racing heart or fast breathing, getting in many fights or wanting to hurt others, showing severe out-of-control behavior that can hurt oneself or others, not eating, throwing up, or using laxatives to make themselves lose weight, having intense worries or fears that get in the way of daily activities, experiencing extreme difficulty controlling behavior, putting themselves in physical danger or causing problems in school, using drugs or alcohol, having severe mood swings that cause problems in relationships, showing drastic changes in behavior or personality, a drop in their school performance because children often can't understand difficult situations on their own. You should pay particular attention if they experience loss of a loved one, divorce or separation of their parents, any major transition, new home, new school, etc. Traumatic life experiences like living through a natural disaster, teasing or bullying, difficulties in school or with classmates, what to do. If you are concerned about your child's behaviors, it is important to get appropriate care. You should talk to your child's doctor, school nurse, or another healthcare provider and seek further information about the behaviors or symptoms that worry you. Ask your child's primary care physician if your child needs further evaluation by a specialist with experience in child behavioral problems. Ask if your child's specialist is experienced in treating the problems you are observing. Talk to your medical provider about any medication and treatment plans. How to talk about mental health with your child. Do you need help starting a conversation with your child about mental health? Try leading with these questions and actively listen to your child's response. Can you tell me more about what is happening? How are you feeling? Have you had feelings like this in the past? Sometimes you need to talk to an adult about your feelings. I'm here to listen. How can I help you feel better? Do you feel like you want to talk to someone else about your problem? I'm worried about your safety.
Can you tell me if you have thoughts about harming yourself or others when talking about mental health problems with your child? You should.
Communicate in a straightforward manner. Speak at a level that is appropriate to a child or adolescent's age and development level. Preschool children need fewer details than teenagers. Discuss the topic when your child feels safe and comfortable. Watch for reactions during the discussion and slow down or back up if your child becomes confused or looks upset. Listen openly and let your child tell you about their feelings and worries. Learn more about supporting your children. There are many resources for parents and caregivers who want to know more about children's mental health. Learn more about recognizing mental health problems in children, how they are affected, and what you can do. Diagnosing and treating children with mental health problems. Start and keep up the conversation about the dangers of drinking alcohol and using other drugs at a young age. For people with mental health problems, if you have or believe you may have a mental health problem, it can be helpful to talk about these issues with others. It can be scary to reach out for help, but it is often the first step to helping you heal, grow, and recover. Having a good support system and engaging with trustworthy people are key elements to successfully talking about your own mental health. Build your support system. Find someone, such as a parent, family member, teacher, faith leader, healthcare provider, or other trusted individual who gives good advice when you ask, assists you in taking actions that will help, likes, respects, and trusts you, and is someone you like, respect, and trust too. Allows you the space to change, grow, make decisions, and even make mistakes. Listens to you and shares with you both the good and bad times, respects your need for confidentiality so you can tell them anything, lets you freely express and validate your feelings and emotions without judging, teasing, or criticizing, works with you to figure out what to do the next time a difficult situation comes up, has your best interest in mind. Find a peer group. Find a group of people with mental health problems similar to yours. Peer support relationships can positively affect individual recovery because people who have common life experiences have a unique ability to help each other. People offer their experiences, strengths, and hopes to peers, which allows for natural evolution of personal growth, wellness, promotion, and recovery. Peers can be very supportive since they have been there and serve as living examples that individuals can and do recover. Peers also serve as advocates and support others who may experience discrimination and prejudice. You may want to start or join a self-help or peer support group. National and peer advocates. Learn about the way to find an organization that can help you connect. Participate in your treatment decisions. It's also important for you to be educated, informed, and engaged about your own mental health. Find out as much as you can from a reputable source about mental health, wellness, and information specific to your diagnosed mental health problem. Get tips to set up an appointment. There are many treatment options and support services to address mental health needs, as well as drug or alcohol use. Get involved in your treatment through shared decision making. Participate fully with your mental health provider and make informed treatment decisions together. Participating fully in shared decision making includes recognizing a decision needs to be made, identifying partners in the process as equals, stating options as equal, exploring understanding expectations, identifying preferences, negotiating options, concordance, sharing decisions, arranging follow-up to evaluate decision-making outcomes.
Studies show that most people with mental health problems get better, and many recover completely.
You may want to develop a written recovery plan. Recovery plans enable you to identify goals for achieving wellness. Specify what you can do to reach those goals. Can be daily activities as well as longer-term goals. Track your mental health problem. Identify triggers or other stressful events that can make you feel worse and help you learn how to manage them. For young people looking for help, mental health problems don't only affect adults, children, teenagers, and young adults can have mental health problems too. In fact, 3 out of 4 people with mental health problems showed signs before they were 24 years old. What does mental health problem mean? Are you having trouble doing the things you like to do or need to do because of how you feel, like going to school, work, or hanging out with friends? Are you having a rough day? Have you been feeling down for a while? Everyone goes through tough times, and no matter how long you've had something on your mind, it's important that you talk to someone about it. Talk to your parent, guardian, or a trusted adult if you experience any of these things. Changes in appetite or sleep patterns. Can't perform daily tasks like going to school. Don't want to hang out with your friends or family. Don't want to do things you usually enjoy. Fight a lot with family and friends. Can't control your emotions and it's affecting your relationships with your family and friends. Have low or no energy or feel hopeless. Feel numb or like nothing matters. Can't stop thinking about certain things or memories. Feel confused, forgetful, edgy, angry, upset, worried, or scared. Want to harm yourself or others. Have random aches and pains. Smoke or drink excessively. Hear voices. Learn more about young people. Bullying and mental health. Is your mental health or someone else is affected by bullying? Learn what to do if you or someone you know is being bullied. Once you know the facts about mental health problems, you can share them with other people. Remember to treat people with mental health problems with respect. Get help. You are not alone. Lots of people have been where you are or are there right now. But there are also lots of people who want to help you. Another way to get help is by talking to someone you trust. This could be a parent, family member, teacher, school counselor, spiritual leader, or another trusted adult who gives good advice when you want and ask for it. Respects your need for privacy so you can tell them or her anything. Lets you talk freely about your feelings and emotions without judging, teasing, or criticizing. Helps you figure out what to do the next time a difficult situation comes up. For friends and family members, anyone can experience mental health problems. Friends and family can make all the difference in a person's recovery process. Supporting a friend or family member with mental health problems. You can help your friend or family member by recognizing the signs of mental health problems and connecting them to professional help. Talking to friends and family about mental health problems can be an opportunity to provide information, support, and guidance. Learning about mental health issues can lead to improved recognition of early signs of mental health problems, earlier treatment, greater understanding and compassion. If a friend or family member is showing signs of a mental health problem or reaching out to you for help, offer support by finding out if the person is getting the care that they need and want. If not, connect them to help. Expressing your concern and support. Reminding your friend or family member that help is available and that mental health problems can be treated. Asking questions, listening to ideas, and being responsive when the topic of mental health problems come up.
reassuring your friend or family member that you care about them, offering to help your friend or family member with everyday tasks, including your friend or family member in your plans. Continue to invite them without being overbearing, even if your friend or family member resists your invitations. Educating other people so they understand the facts about mental health problems and do not discriminate. Treating people with mental health problems with respect, compassion, and empathy. How to talk about mental health. Do you need help starting a conversation about mental health? Try leading with these questions and make sure to actively listen to your friend or family member's response. I've been worried about you. Can we talk about what you are experiencing? If not, who are you comfortable talking to? What can I do to help you to talk about issues with your parents or someone else who is responsible and cares about you? What else can I help you with?
I am someone who cares and wants to listen. What do you want me to know about how you are feeling? Who or what has helped you deal with similar issues in the past? Sometimes talking to someone who has dealt with a similar experience helps. Do you know of others who have experienced these types of problems who you can talk with? It seems like you are going through a difficult time. How can I help you to find help? How can I help you find more information about mental health problems? I'm concerned about your safety. Have you thought about harming yourself or others? When talking about mental health problems, know how to connect people to help. Communicate in a straightforward manner. Speak at a level appropriate to a person's age and development level. Preschool children need fewer details as compared to teenagers. Discuss the topic when and where the person feels safe and comfortable. Watch for reactions during the discussion and slow down or back up if the person becomes confused or looks upset. Sometimes it is helpful to make a comparison to a physical illness. For example, many people get sick with a cold or the flu, but only a few get really sick with something serious like pneumonia. People who have a cold are usually able to do their normal activities. However, if they get pneumonia, they will have to take medicine and may have to go to the hospital. Similarly, feelings of sadness, anxiety, worry, irritability, or sleep problems are common for most people. However, when these feelings get very intense, last for a long period of time, and begin to interfere with school, work, and relationships, it may be a sign of a mental health problem. And just like people need to take medicine and get professional help for physical conditions, someone with a mental health problem may need to take medicine or participate in therapy to get better. For educators, educators are often the first to notice mental health problems in children and young adults. Here are some ways you can help your students and their families. What educators should know. You should know the warning signs for mental health problems, how to promote mental health and substance use prevention in schools and on campuses, whom to turn to, such as the principal, school nurse, school psychiatrist or psychologist, or school social worker, if you have questions or concerns about a student's behavior, how to access crisis support and other mental health services, what educators should look for in student behavior. Consult with the school counselor, nurse, or administrator and the student's parents if you observe one or more of the following behaviors. Feeling very sad or withdrawn for more than 2 weeks. Seriously trying to harm oneself or making plans to do so. Sudden overwhelming fear for no reason, sometimes with a racing heart or fast breathing. Involvement in many fights or desire to badly hurt others. Severe out of control behavior that can hurt oneself or others.
not eating, throwing up, or using laxatives to make oneself lose weight. Intense worries or fears that get in the way of daily activity. Extreme difficulty concentrating or staying still that puts the student in physical danger or causes problems in the classroom. Repeated use of drugs or alcohol. Severe mood swings that cause problems in relationships. Drastic changes in the student's behavior or personality. What educators can do in classrooms and schools. You can support the mental health of all students in your classroom and school. Not just individual students who may exhibit behavioral issues. Consider the following actions. Learn more about mental health by taking a mental health awareness training. Promote social and emotional competency and build resilience. Help ensure a positive, safe school environment. Teach and reinforce positive behaviors and decision making. Encourage helping others. Encourage good physical health. Help ensure access to school-based mental health supports. Developing effective school mental health program. Efforts to care for the emotional well-being of children and youth can extend beyond the classroom and into the entire school. School-based mental health programs can focus on promoting mental wellness, preventing mental health problems, and providing treatment.
Promote the healthy social and emotional development of all children and youth. Recognize when young people are at risk for or are experiencing mental health problems. Identify how to intervene early and appropriately when there are problems. For community and faith leaders, faith and community leaders are often the first point of contact when individuals and families face mental health problems or traumatic events. In fact, in times of crisis, many will turn to trusted leaders in their communities before they turn to mental health professionals. Creating community connections for mental health. When leaders know how to respond, they can help educate individuals and families about mental health. Increasing awareness of mental health issues and making it easier for people to seek help. Community connectedness and support are also important to the long-term recovery of people living with mental illnesses. Faith communities are also in a unique position to reach many of the millions of Americans who struggle with serious thoughts of suicide each year. Many people having thoughts of suicide feel hopeless, trapped, and often struggle to face another day. Suicidal thoughts are often accompanied by a spiritual crisis or deep questioning about the purpose of life. Faith leaders who are better able to recognize the signs of suicide and know how to respond can serve as an expanded safety net for those most in need. What community and faith leaders can do. Educate your communities and congregations. Promote awareness by educating the members of your communities and congregations about mental health issues through educational forums and other opportunities. Invite local mental health experts, including those who have experienced mental illness, to speak with your congregation or at community gatherings. Share facts and common myths about mental health. Support the development of a trauma-informed community. Trauma often lies beneath seemingly unrelated problems. Organize additional meetings, dinners, or other gatherings for members of your congregation or community to have conversations about mental health. Identify opportunities to support people with mental illnesses. Religious and other community organizations can play an important role in supporting individuals living with mental illnesses and encouraging them to seek help. Consider offering your organization's meeting spaces for community conversations and support groups focused on addressing mental health issues. Provide space for peer-led groups that give people the chance to tell their stories in their own time and way. Include safe shared spaces for people to interact.
that can foster healthy relationships and positive mental health among community members. Support community programs, peer mentoring programs, or opportunities for volunteering. Connect individuals and families to help strengthen the connections within your community to mental health services and support and enhance linkages between mental health, substance abuse, disability, and other social services. Learn the basic signs of mental illnesses and other facts about mental health to encourage those in need to seek help. Remind others that people can and do recover from mental health challenges, and that help is available and effective. Train key community members, such as adults who work with the children, youth, older adults, veterans, and LGBTQA+, to identify the signs of depression and suicide and refer people to resources. Develop relationships with local mental health service providers and other family and youth organizations to help to direct individuals and families in need to available services and support in the community. Share the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline in your community newsletter or other publications. Call or text 988 or chat the Lifeline. Promote acceptance of those with mental health issues. The voices of leaders and members of faith-based and other community organizations can greatly influence attitudes about mental health conditions and those who experience them.
Part 7. Talk about your own mental health openly. Be an example of taking good care of your mental health by making mental wellness a priority in your personal life. Be inclusive. Mental health affects all of us. Foster opportunities to build connections with individuals and families dealing with mental health challenges through trust and acceptance. Foster safe and supportive environments for people to openly talk about mental health, stress, trauma, and related issues. Encourage and express empathy in your family, congregation, and community. Convey a message of nonviolence, acceptance, and compassion. Mental health conditions. Mental illnesses or disorders ranging from mild to severe that affect a person's thinking, mood, and or behavior. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, nearly 1 in 5 adults live with a mental illness. Many factors contribute to mental health conditions, including biological factors such as genes or brain chemistry, life experiences such as trauma or abuse, family history of mental health problems. Some mental health topics include antisocial personality disorder, anxiety disorders, including generalized anxiety, panic disorders, obsessive compulsive disorder, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, co-occurring disorders, depression, eating disorders including anorexia nervosa, binge eating disorder, and bulimia nervosa, post-traumatic stress disorder, schizophrenia, seasonal affective disorder, self-harm, crisis help, suicide, mental health, drug and alcohol issues. Sometimes help can't wait. If you or someone you know is in danger or having a medical emergency, call 911 or go to your nearest emergency room. 988, Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, help is available. Call or text 988, chat 988 Lifeline. .org. You'll be able to speak with a trained crisis counselor any time of day or night. SAMSA Helpline. This helpline provides 24-hour free and confidential help. You can get treatment, referral, and information about mental health and drug or alcohol use disorders, prevention and recovery in English and Spanish.
Call 1-800-662-4517. 1-800-487-48889. Text your zip code to 457T8. Visit Find Treatment. Gov to locate a treatment facility or provider. Disaster Distress Helpline. SAMHSA. Disaster Distress Helpline is for people who have experienced natural or human-caused disasters such as a tornado or crime. It provides 24/7 crisis counseling and support to people feeling emotional distress due to the disaster. Call or text 1-800-985-5990. Having mental health is not your fault. Everyone has it some points in their lives. You are not alone. Please get some help before it takes over your life. There is numbers that you can call. I hope you are safe and don't do anything that your family or friends will be sad. That is it in this video. If I miss anything, please let me know. Please let me know. Please let me know. Please let me know. Please let me know.
Hey, I'm fucking shattered. Oh, this only 12 minutes past 9. If you lot want to see sleep routine thing, let me know in the comments, and then I definitely would do sleep live stream, or whatever you want to call it. But right now, I'm going to go bed because I am shattered. But I'm thinking about going live on Twitch. If you got Twitch, look me up. It's ICU411. I'll put in the chat. ICU 411. There you go. It's in chat. It's not a link. It's just a name. Anyway, if you want to watch live stream, or if you want to see me go and sleep on YouTube, let me know. Or on Twitch. I'm going to go straight to Twitch now. Might as well. Right. I hope you lot enjoy this video. So I fell asleep.